And we are live. Hello.
Hello. Back.
Hello.
Coach is kind of cut off. Oh. I might need to recut you. I can do that. Give me a sec. Let me spread you out, Poppy.
Poppy?
He's all in the corner. He's hiding.
I fixed him. Hello, guys. How are you?
What is going on, Vibe Tribe?
Oh my god, no fucking shot we're doing this again.
With the biggest vibes you've ever seen, bro.
Coming to you live on the Bob Tribe FM
Let's go.
42X.
Yes, sir. 420.69 FM.
I hate you both.
Vibe Tribe Radio.
And I'm no longer friends with you.
Yes!
So, let's just jump right into it. Dink, how has your school been?
Well, it's been pretty good. It's just been a struggle to, it's like sort of hitting the ground running. So I've been trying to sort of balance everything out. Like, there's like, oh, I'm going to get all this work done. It's like, there's sometimes it's like, I'm just like, I need to sit down and take a breather because there's just so much going on, and it's like, usually something is going to be sacrificed. It could be social life. It could be streaming, my music, something. It's like hard to find the balance, but I'm slowly figuring it out.
Good.
Classes have been good so far.
Good.
Seeing all my friends again.
It's really tough to balance it, man. It really is. And you think you have this idea and this plan, and then classes start. That's how it always went for me. I was like, I have this whole plan, and then it gets thrown out the window. But hello, everybody in chat. Welcome back to the 5th episode of Order of Spoons podcast. Sorry, I had to get a drink.
Drink this.
So today we're going to be doing we're going to continue our discussion on the content creation stuff and the best way to market your content and how to juggle it and what you should do to grow your channel and what are the best ways to do that. And we've been talking about that for the last sorry guys. We've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks now, because it's been a good topic to cover, because most of the people we've got in chat are people that are content creators themselves, just like we are, and are people that are interested in growing their content and growing their channel, and that's just kind of been a good, positive conversation and thing we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks now, and welcome in, everybody. Thanks, guys, for stopping in. We appreciate you guys for being here. 69 seconds. So, what do we want to talk about today? Oh, I want to show you guys something, though. Look what I got. Look what my wife got me for Valentine's Day.
Ooh. I can't see. Oh, I can see it now. That's nice. That's nice.
It's not quite R2. Okay, it's not quite R2, but it's it'll be good. Is that it? Oh, did you already do that one? Is that it? Is that what it looks like? Or is that a different one?
Oh my gosh, that's sick.
That is actually really cool.
It's the original from 2008 or 9.
Ooh.
Coach with the master. Coach is the master builder from like the Lego movies.
Not really.
Liam, Dirty, what's up? Beef? We're not doing this. We're not doing this today.
Frost
No.
is lost.
He's not. His staff was.
RX. Oh, what did the thumbs down, RX?
Hey, what's up, RX? All he is, he's a tiny disciple now.
Oh, I got you.
That's all he does. He does the tiny thumbs downs now. Jack, what's up, man? How's your
I know
triple
Jack from high school.
erection? Oh, you know Jack from high school?
Yeah, that's he was trolling earlier. Stop your trolling, bro. Stop trying
No,
to
troll. Troll
Oh
dink.
my gosh, bro.
We want stories. Give me stories, bro.
This man's
Put
doxing
Dink's
classmates
most
from high
embarrassing
school.
story.
Jack, I apologize. Dink has all kinds of power in my chat, so be very careful with what you say.
Hashtag unmod Dink.
Dude, he's doxing some of the kids that went to our high school. No.
And oh, by the way, it does look like I'm drinking something pretty disgusting, but it's delicious.
We know what you're drinking. Don't try
I'm
to
looking
front
the
on
wrong
us.
way. Hold up.
2 girls, 1 cup.
Oh,
It's not milk, Liam.
it doesn't look like milk. I don't
So-
think anyone said it was.
Here's
never mind.
what it is. It is Screwball peanut butter whiskey with cream soda and cream, heavy whipping cream. It's fucking delicious. It tastes like butterscotch. I can feel the judgment coming from both of you right now, and
Looks like you're drinking some what Luke Skywalker had on that island, whatever the fuck that was.
oh, that's from episode 8
Yeah.
from the fucking awful movie.
Yeah, you mean the greatest movie in all of Star Wars?
It is.
Unpopular take. Not as bad as everybody says it is, but it's bad.
It's
Yeah, I agree.
it's okay. It's a beautiful movie. Cinematography.
I don't care about the cinematography. I'm telling you,
no,
other than Luke being a bitch, it's really not bad.
I get it. Visually, it's good. Star Wars wise, it's fucking awful. Like, it's such a bad Star Wars story, man.
They really fucked up the plot, man. They
It's-
took
they
all the
s-
characters that we loved and just shat on them.
It wasn't even they. It was just Ryan, man.
Okay, you know what I mean.
I know. Derpy, what's up, dude?
But he still made Kylo into a more of a whiny bitch in the second one.
Do I
Yeah, that's
have...
good.
I don't have my... I need... Hold on. I'm going to switch things here real quick. I want to show you guys my new trigger fires. I want to show you this real quick. Hold on. Watch this. Here it is. Here, I'll just switch to the screen real quick. Oh, this is Coach Vader's sound alert. It just came through. Hold on, where is it? All right, you ready for this? Oh, dink. Oh, there. I-N-K. Dinkalicious.
Jack, really, bro?
Oh, man.
I didn't even get to hear it because I had to unmute.
Dirtiest.
What the fuck are you actually drinking? What is that?
I told you what it was.
I don't believe you.
Peanut butter whiskey and
I don't believe it.
Peanut butter whiskey, cream soda, and heavy whipping cream.
That tastes good.
Yeah.
It tastes
I
like
bet you-
butterscotch.
It's Dink's heavy whipping cream.
Sign me up. Jack, congratulations.
Jack doesn't have a sister. He's making shit up. Literally making shit up.
Oh man. Okay, what do we got here? Dirtiest, what did you just say? I kind of read part of it. I'm trying to figure out the logo. Okay. Do we just want to hop right into the conversation?
Yeah, sure. I think we were just chilling a bit just to let people filter in.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure, for
I'm
sure.
ready.
I just saw Dirtius's comment, and I'm like, that's actually kind of a good one to start off with, because when the whole content creation thing comes up, one of the things you have to look at is what Dirtius is looking at doing right now, figuring out a logo, figuring out a profile picture for your Twitch or YouTube or whatever. And the first thing that I can add to that is, it needs to be something that will catch somebody's attention. It wants to be something, because when you're looking at the side of Twitch, like the sidebar who shows who's live and whatnot or whatever, it looks, you'll see people's logos, and it wants to be something, or if you'll see somebody live, you'll see their logo, and it wants to be something that catches your attention, or at least that's what it catches my attention when I see it. And it's like one of the things Coach was saying the other day, when he's looking at somebody like a random person to raid or somebody like that at the end of his stream, he's going to look up somebody, and if he goes to their stream or sees what he's like, if they're streaming in what looks like a garage, they don't care about their setup, I'm not going to do it. And that's one of the things that I look at is, if they got a good logo or a good profile picture, I'll tune into that channel, or I'll go look at that channel. I'll check out the profile. I'll see what they're doing, especially if it's something that looks like they put time and effort into it. That's another good thing. Really think about what you want to do. That's kind of... I was just messing with mine today, and I changed mine up, and I got feedback from these guys before we started streaming stuff, and I might go back and I might work on it a little bit more. So...
something I think it's great to have a logo. But as far as your profile picture, in my opinion, and from what I've seen from some other more successful content creators, the best profile picture you could have, and this, you could still have a logo, but you don't have to have your logo as your profile pic. From what I've seen, the best profile pictures are a close-up of your face. You know, you can get a nice background. Can you put a green screen up or something, or edit a really well lit picture of your face. And if you're a streamer, you probably have a pretty badass lighting setup. Just take a screen cap of you. I don't know, just make a just make a face.
Yeah.
But like, people relate, to that's like a of the first step of having something mutual. You're a human being with a human face, so that's gonna make people want to click on your stream more so. And there's a million different logos of random bullshit of like some, I don't know, like a wolf, or some animal, or like, oh, I'm a gamer, or Y and Z. There's nothing really unique there or eye-popping there. And it's
Right.
cool to have a logo, and I think you could do that. Maybe make that your Discord profile pic. But I think for your stream profile pic, it's very important. If not a picture of your face, maybe some rendition of your face. Like, it could be a drawing of your face, it could be a cartoon version of your face. But in my opinion, I think having a image of your face is best for your profile picture.
Yeah.
And then you could build off from there.
Yeah, just you incorporating yourself into it somehow is a good starting off point. Like, something that I've done, like even coaches is a good one, because it's a person. It looks like a person. It's a rendition of him. It's a rendition of a person that someone looks at and sees a person, whereas it's an artistic thing that somebody sees. Like me, for example, my logo for the longest freaking time has been just the Revan X, and I was looking at it today, and I'm like, I want to change that. I want to switch that up. So hence why I was working on that today. Hence why I got your guys' feedback on it. So it's still something I'm going to be working on, and I want to move kind of forward going that way. But I want to kind of swing it over to Coach now, because Coach, you were talking about like the last couple weeks, like the possibility of like a name change or something like that. Is your logo here to stay, or are you thinking of something? Are you good? Like, because I know you were talking about like your name change and stuff like that. So I'm curious what you're looking at also in terms of that stuff, and what you think about logos.
I'm not changing anything. I might adapt it. I might bring in some extra graphics from different parts of things I like. Like, I might integrate GI Joe. I might integrate Transformers. I might integrate things that I like that are also uh, cool stuff that's maybe not Star Wars, but people be like, hey, that looks like the Transformers logo, or that. I'm working on a couple of things here and there, but overall, name's gonna stay. I'm not changing it. I was talking to Lord Val Gaming. He's like, don't change it. It's good. It's unique. I just might tweak the logo every now and then, just to kind of keep it fresh. But there's nothing better than that anime Coach Vader logo. That
It looks good,
us
man.
Continue to tweak and make better, or
Does look very
make
good.
make different additions. As far as logos in general, just make sure that it doesn't look like clip art.
Yes.
Like you didn't just go on freaking Google search and say Fox clip art and then adapt it from there. Get somebody to do it. I didn't draw my logo, but I did take it and start adapting in Photoshop and making it look professional. As long as it's professional and looks good and you're happy with it, then people are going to notice it. And bright colors. Bright colors. Make it, don't make it the traditional freaking copy clip crap. I mean,
let it stand out, baby.
Yep.
And yeah, Beef, in regards to the question you just asked, so what I was going to add, and then I kept reading your comment, the fact that you've had 15 to 20 people asking you specifically about wanting to buy things, make merch. If you've got 15 to 20 people asking you about it, take the time and do it. That's also totally up to you. Like, I took the time and I did merch. Now, mine was easy to do. I did cheap. I did a simple free website. I still have it up. It's still up. You can still choose to go there if you want. I wouldn't, because things are changing. I've sold a couple of items of merch in the past, and I have a couple items of merch that I bought. Now those are things that I use on the daily. One is a shirt I can wear to work because it's red, and the other one is just a mug that I can use for coffee. But if you've got people asking about it, do it. The hard part with merch is it's hard doing merch for me. Like, in my eyes, I'm not going to do merch again until I'm able to build up more of a foundation, build up more of a base, more of a community. And once I get that built back up to where I used to have it, I will go back into the merch thing, because where my community was at prior to my break, I was literally just about to start getting into merch, and that broke off, and then I came back, and I did the merch. Was the first thing I did when I came back, and it's kind of been a stalemate since. So have a solid base when it comes to merch, because if you have people that want to buy it, then you can do it. But if you don't have it, if you're going to just take the time and do merch, it's up to you, I guess. If you want to take the time and do it, it's all you.
Yeah, I think anything you do, like with relation to money, I think it's important to not go ahead of where your community is.
Yep.
Don't push things too quickly. Same thing with like subathons or sub goals, or
Yep.
any sort of thing. You want it to be realistic. So like for me, like I'm not even thinking about doing merch for a long time, because for me, if I was to invest time in making merch, I would want more than like a couple of my friends and maybe 3 other people to buy it. I want it to be worth my time.
I have
So I
so many
think,
cool ideas for your merch, too. I have a lot of
yeah,
cool
yeah,
ideas.
there's so much stuff we could do, but like it's not doing things too soon, and then it'll just sort of fizzle out. So just knowing figuring out when the right time is, and if the community's ready for it, I think that's important.
For sure. The other thing, too, and I can tie this into, like, what Coach could add. The whole, like, Coach Vader bikinis and Coach Vader onesie, like, that stuff's fun. Like, that's stuff that you, in terms of merch, can do for, like, shits and giggles with your friends. People can actually, like, that's not, like, I've been wanting to go on and buy one. I haven't done it yet. Because I want to do the same thing that, like, we're doing as a community, because that's fun. Like, when Dink wears that onesie, it's freaking hysterical. And that one piece, but it's like, it's that, and it's like, if you want to make merch for yourself, that's fine, but like, there is still also that second piece to it, where sometimes you can just make merch for stuff like that, like for content ideas, and that's another thing to help promote your merch, is doing it for marketing purposes for yourself. Like when I have my merch, I try to wear the shirt on stream as much as I can, so that it kind of shows it off. But I'm doing something different moving forward. But yeah, that's kind of, I wanted to tie that into like what Coach did with the bikinis and stuff like that, because that was freaking hysterical when I saw that on Dink's stream.
Make sure you're not spending any money. I mean, until you get to the point where you can order your own and have a live set of merch in your house you can sell out.
Mm-hmm.
I get it through Streamlabs because I pay for Streamlabs, so it's a free thing through there. And
right.
That's the first thing. Second thing is make sure that your stream is set. Your base, what you're doing, your logos, they're going to be set. Yeah, there are going to be variations. There's going to be different things that you put out there, but make sure your logo, not Lego.
You've been doing Legos too much, man.
Probably. You make sure your Lego's set and who you are is set. Like Coach Vader was set. So once I had that option, I threw it out there. I think I've sold 1 T-shirt and 1 bikini and 1 onesie. And that's fine. Like I wear it on stream, and I've promoted it a little bit this winter. It really didn't do anything, but at the same time, it's there. I'm not going to change it. My logos are good. My logos are solid. I'm not gonna keep screwing with it. As long as they put more merch out there that's different and fun. Like I'm gonna put, like when they put the bikini back up, the bikini one's gonna go back up, but it's gonna be completely different. With the couple of new emotes that between Dink and I've got some ideas to put those on bikinis and swimsuits. It might get to the point where I'll have some T-shirts, some hats, and the rest will be all goofy stuff that people can buy for their streams.
Yeah, and it's like, so like I said, there's the aspect of marketing your merch through your streams, like Coach does, and that's another option that you have out there. Like Dink hasn't, like he said, he hasn't even considered going to merch yet because he's got all these other plans. He's got a solid base, he's got a solid foundation, and he still wants to grow his stream and wants to grow his community even more before he jumps into that. It's really finding the right time for you to do it. So my advice to you, Beef, is if you want to do it and you've got that solid foundation and that's something you really want to put the time and effort into, do it. If you think it'll help your stream and it'll help promote your stream, do it. But yeah, the logo thing, like I said, really being doing something that really stands out to people is going to be important. Yes. So that was the other thing I was going to say too. You had mentioned about wanting to do something kind of Star Wars centric on your logo. I would be careful with that. Because you don't want to solidify, you don't want to anchor yourself into one bit of content being just Star Wars. It can be harder to grow that way. But also at the same time, you can grow, but it also, like, when you center yourself in one area, here's the thing. It'll be easy to grow that way if you also do a lot of YouTube content. I don't know how much YouTube content you do, Dirty, but I found it very difficult to do just Star Wars related things after the fall of the Battlefront regime on Twitch. After Battlefront kind of fell off the radar for a lot of people, it was really hard to kind of gather a footing, if you know what I mean.
I think it's I mean, it depends. It depends, I think, because if you found what your niche is and that's Star Wars, that's great, and that could be, really good for your stream. It's just if that's reliant on, say playing certain games, and say all of those games are dead or they're not being updated, then you're kind of fucked over. Or I don't know, maybe you'll switch to, making like Star Wars Lego stuff. Like I've seen Coach do that. I've seen other streamers do that. But that's a very different type of content. But it's difficult to figure out. What is my niche? Where do I sort of fall into? Or you could be like, what, I'm just gonna, I don't necessarily have one like strict. Like, yeah, this is my area of where I do my streams. It's difficult to figure that out.
Right.
I don't know if there's necessarily a right answer to that.
I don't think that. I mean, to me, it was hard to separate myself from the Star Wars games, but at the same time, play what you play, and if you always played that way, it's not going to matter what your name is.
Yeah.
But when Star Wars content comes out, it will help. Like when Hunters comes out, I'm going to be all in on Hunters and Legos. Like that's going to be what I stream on every stream. But that's because I'm dedicated. When a good game comes out, I'm going to stream Star Wars, and
Yeah.
that's just what my interests are, because I want to talk
same
Star
way,
Wars.
yeah. Same way. And in regards to Coach's comment, he put in after your comment, Dirty, Fiverr is a really good place to start. Because what you can do through Fiverr is find somebody who makes art that you like. Find somebody who might who specializes in it. They can just do a logo for you. And the good thing is, a lot of the good people on Fiverr will actually talk to you about what you want before they even do it. So I would put a lot of focus on looking at Fiverr to start. That's where I do like my that's where I did like all my emotes before I started doing them myself and just doing pictures of me. I would consider looking at Fiverr because, like I said, you can communicate with the guys on there and basically tell them what you want with who you choose, like whoever you choose to do. You can tell them what you want and they'll design something up. They'll send you what it looks like. You can shift it from there. So I would start with Fiverr. It's the easiest, it's the simplest way to figure out what you want your logo to be, and it's a really good place to start.
And the thing I'll tell you also is I went through 3 different people on Fiverr to get the one that I really sit with. The first one was horrible. I trashed it. I have it in a folder on my flash drive somewhere. It's fine. But the second one was the one of the anime. I liked it, but I wanted something a little bit more consistent with what you see the badges or the medallions. So that third one was that Coach Vader 32 crest with me standing there. That one was the third one. So that was the one I ran with. And then later on, when I started getting my Photoshop back working order, I started playing with that other one and made. So I basically have 2 different separate kind of logos that kind of bookend my stream. And don't be satisfied with one.
Yeah.
Like get options.
Get multiple. Yeah, Coach, you're like the Hey There Neighbor character from.
Because Dink's cam's off.
Yeah, he said his Discord's acting up, so he's checking something. Technical
It's
difficulties,
Dinkcord.
chat. Dink's Dinkcord is acting up, guys. So he'll be right back. It's Dink's turn this time.
Yay, I scored a drop in within my inventory.
So, in regards to that, and we can get started on this until Dink gets back, one of the things I also wanted to kind of lean into was Twitch chat and keeping an active Twitch chat. Because some of the content that Coach and I do, it is much more difficult to keep an active Twitch chat. The content that Dink does, it is much more, well, it's not all the content he does. Some of the content Dink does is, it's tougher to keep that Twitch chat going. But one of the things that Dink does a lot better, or not better, what he does more of is, than me and Coach, is a lot of those community streams and a lot of those, like, words on stream. He does marbles. He does the races. He does all that stuff because that's just that's Dink's content. And then he does Fall Guys, and he doesn't do Chaos City anymore, but he did Chaos City. It's a lot of upbeat, quick-paced content, and it's easier to keep that chat involved on a base level because there's more going on, there's more involvement with what they're doing, and so on and so forth. Where I do a lot of just chatting. I'm currently playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Master on through Steam. I'm playing that. Fun game, really fun. Just another thing that I'm in love with right now, that I can chat with my chat. The hard part is getting that base and getting those people to come in to join that. And then Coach is his content, which give me your feedback, Coach, on keep kind of with what you and I are doing, trying to keep an active Twitch chat.
It helps when you have homies like Solus in there that will talk to you as you're playing games, and now I'm fucking up my shit. But ultimately, it's going to come down to don't be afraid if it slows down. Don't get upset if it slows down. Don't get yourself in a funk if it slows down. You know, take the time to just keep bullshitting. Like, I was playing Deadpool last Saturday, and I was having a good time. So I just kept talking shit as I was wrecking people. I didn't care.
Just keep talking.
And keep the dialogue going.
Hey!
You know, comment on stupid stuff. Comment on what you think the game is, how the graphics are, how the gameplay is. If you like a certain scene or a cut scene, or you don't like a certain cut scene. Like, I think I went on for 15 minutes how that game would be so much better if they redubbed it with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Like, and Cable with what's his face,
Josh Brolin.
You know, how much better would that game be if they remastered it and re-released it? Because ultimately, it comes down to, as I kept just talking about, like, this game, play wise, graphics wise, is up to par with some of the stuff that's coming out now.
Yeah.
And this game came out in 2015, I think, on the PS4. So, and I think it's older than that. So,
yeah.
I mean,
the big thing is just keep talking. For the content that Coach and I do is it's just keep talking, find things to talk about. Like the other day, my chat and I, yesterday, I started bringing up the Oscar nominations, and I was fucking furious that Spider-Man didn't get nominated.
You know it wasn't getting nominated.
But Don't Look Up have you seen that movie yet? Don't Look Up on Netflix. It's that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and Jonah Hill and Jennifer Lawrence. It's literally a comedy about a meteor that's going to destroy Earth. And Meryl Streep's in it. It's a decent movie. It's got like a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes, but it is not fucking better than Spider-Man. Of 10 movies that came out this year, you're telling me Spider-Man No Way Home was not in the top 10.
You're not going to get a Marvel movie in there.
It's
because
fucking
rigged,
bro.
Nothing's going to be better than Black Panther to the Oscars, okay?
Black Panther wasn't even that good of a movie. Hot take.
I thought Infinity War was way better than Black Panther, and I thought it should have got nominated for the score too. Like, the Black Panther music was great.
Infinity War didn't even get nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah, well, I don't think it would get nominated for Best Picture. There's a shitload of other movies.
But again, go back to that year. There were so many movies that came out that year, yes, but you can't tell me Infinity War was not top 10.
You do know that the Oscars is rigged just like everything else.
I know.
These
I know.
Freaking check the box.
Do you know why?
So a company will go out and be like, "Hey,
you need to have
Netflix
a nice sob story." Also,
I watched Jimmy Kimmel do his monologue the other day, and he said, "What these guys did, these freaking guys who voted for these movies, they looked at the cast of Don't Look Up and they go, oh, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, Meryl Streep." Okay, and then they went home and took their kids to see fucking Spider-Man. Like, he's like, they checked off all the boxes of all these top-notch actors and said, oh, but let's go watch fucking Spider-Man. Like, Don't Look Up didn't even come out in theaters. It wasn't even a theater movie.
Plus, Netflix probably dumped a lot of money in their pockets.
Oh, probably. To me, it's just that's the one movie that stood out to me, where it's like, me as a fan, I look at things like people always talk about, oh, well, Black Panther got snubbed. Of course, Spider-Man No Way Home was going to get snubbed. And me as a fan, I'm just like, I didn't really like Black Panther, but Black Panther's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. There's a couple scenes where the CG looks like PS2 graphics.
There's nothing wrong with PS2 graphics. PS2 was my favorite PS.
But I don't like. We can do this on another podcast, but I have my own reasons why that's not my favorite movie. It's a great movie, but the reason it's like bottom half of Marvel movies for me.
But yeah, like that right there, that's something that you could talk about with chat, right?
Exactly, and that's what I did yesterday. Just talk about the Oscar snubs and how Spider-Man got fucking screwed.
And I think,
you could talk.
Sorry,
and
what'd
you
you
could-
say, Coach?
And you could talk about which Marvel movie is cringy when you watch it again when you thought it was awesome the first couple of times.
Yeah, and you could show up, come with
I
we
spilled
said
it.
this before, have notes, have
Yes.
discussion topics, things that you could ask chat, all sorts of stuff like that. You could have, raffles is great, but I feel like raffles, I think it's important to know when to time those. If you do them too often, too much, that's something that I've struggled with. Because then, it's like, okay,
Me
well, this
too.
happens all the time, so no one's going to join now. But if, like, after, okay, it's like, oh, things are starting to slow down a little bit. All right, let's throw a raffle, let's throw a raffle here and there, giving people things like to be excited about. Like, oh, we got a leaderboard, we got this going on, prizes and stuff. And you could talk about that, and you could have a whole discussion about that. You could have, there's even special bots that you could put into your stream that have cool like customization, like all that stuff. Like I installed like a health bot that gives us cool health facts and dad jokes, and it's like it's funny to talk about, and it gives us something that after like you're 4 hours into a stream, you start to run out of things, and just that right there could spark something like, oh, that joke was really dumb.
Yeah, and I had a person ask me the other day if there's such thing as like a topic bot, like a bot that just throws out a random chatting topic. I don't know if there is. I tried to find one, and I guess I might be looking in the wrong spot, but I was like, because that's something I've thought about adding myself, and that having that timed for like maybe every 2 hours, because like where I was like with Coach, you get stuck in the limbo of the just chatting and the let's plays and the stuff like that, where you're just like, oh shit, 2 hours has gone by, chat's just kind of hanging out and lurking at this point. I need something to talk about myself. So I'm like, that 2 hour mark for me would be like perfect, because I get to about the 2 hour mark, and that's when Tuesdays I kind of start crashing, because that's especially after my long work week. I kind of start crashing around the 2 hours on stream, unless I'm like really vibing that day. But at the same time, it's like having those bots is huge, and they really I like the ones you have in your stream. But yeah, the raffles and the leaderboards, trigger fire stuff is fun, because it keeps I think they're fun to kind of throw at people, because you can find funny ones to do. Like the ASMR stuff is funny. It keeps people like on their toes.
Channel rewards, like Wheels of Pain.
Yeah, channel rewards and stuff like that. Those are good. So keeping an active chat is important in growing your channel, because it really says something to a viewer, a potential viewer, when they tune into your stream and you're just sitting there. One, you may not even have a face cam. That's the big thing. If you don't have oh my God, can we talk about equipment?
Oh yes, that's huge.
That is huge to me. And that's another thing Coach said the other day when he was looking at wanting to raid somebody.
Gear.
They don't even have a face cam. I'm not even going to consider them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Unless they're a homie. That doesn't have a face cam.
It's not hard. Like, for example, I'll use myself right now for an example. I'm using my laptop built-in webcam. Like, this isn't even one that I bought. This came in with the laptop. It's a piece of garbage.
But it doesn't look bad.
It doesn't look bad. Why? Because I have good lighting. I have a light. Like, if I turn this light off, probably looks like shit now, right?
Oh my God, you look like a fucking dementor.
Yeah, I look like I look like a weirdo now. You guys see people sitting in their room with shitty lighting, and you could you don't need to invest in much at all. Like, you could just get a lamp, bounce it off the wall, and then and then you got good lighting.
Yep.
That's all you need. You just
Yeah.
need
Where's my?
the number one most important thing is audio, and that's the number one most important. Like my audio setup is kind of shitty right now, but like you could put in filters. You know, there's lots of stuff you could do to make your cheap shitty mic sound better.
Yep.
There's so many videos on YouTube. It just takes like an hour to figure out, and then figure out good lighting setup. Typically, you could have a light on one side, a light on another side. You could, if you don't like the light in your eyes and it's like hurting your eyes, what you could do, something I do, is you could face the wall in the opposite direction if you have a wall in front of you, and bounce that light off
Off the wall.
and then you have that coming off the wall. Also, you want to eliminate some of the natural light, maybe put like an extra curtain over a window, so that way you're sort of, you're surrounded by that light. And another thing is, whatever your background is, you want separation from your background. Like if you're wearing like some like whatever, even like the outfit you're wearing, if it's like blending in with the room behind you, you're gonna look like you're just gonna blend in. You want you to pop, because you are the most important part of the stream. And I don't want to sound like an egotistical whatever. No, but that's what separates you from someone else's stream is you.
People are tuning into your
to
stream for you.
You need to be in some form of quality image, instead of like this, and it's like, and you sound like, it's like ear rape, like no one wants to watch that, and so that's really important. And there's so many like USB microphones you could look up. There's so many cheap. Just search up 1080p 60 FPS webcam and just get 2 lamps and point them at a wall, and you'll be fine. And it's like it takes very minimal effort to set that up. And it's just it boggles my mind that like 75% of the streams that I pop into, just they look like this, and it's like, what are you doing? And they wonder why.
That's the tie-in to kind of
You
what
want your
Coach was
stream to be
saying the other day
clickable.
too.
You want a clickable stream.
Exactly. And that's like what Coach was saying the other day too. And I don't think necessarily I don't know if this necessarily falls in the equipment category, but talking about lighting, having a good, like I got a ring light above my, like you can see mine, like right now it's on, now it's off. So like if I want the purple lighting on my PC to show up, to kind of stand out a little bit more, and to be more of like kind of a low key kind of an image on stream, I don't turn my ring light on. But if I want the focus to be me, if I want it bright in here, I'll turn the ring light on. So like I pick and choose when I want to use the ring light. And I've also got like a Galaxy projector behind me that shoots on the wall for when I want to just shut the lights off and have it be a vibe in here. And I don't do that often. Oh, as you guys can see, Coach, see, I brought it back.
Welcome to the vibe, baby.
I brought him back, Coach.
Oh, it's about time.
I brought him back. Yeah. The Galaxy projector, though, it looks really fucking cool. Like, Ahsoka's lightsabers look like they're moving when it's on. It's kind of sweet. But, yeah. But also, I was getting to a point and I completely got sidetracked. Coach was saying the other day when he wanted to raid somebody, if it looks like they're in a fucking garage, that's another thing for me. If you look like you're streaming out of a prison cell, I'm not gonna raid you. I'm not, like, take care in what your area, your environment looks around you. And if you're streaming, say for example, if you're streaming in a bed, like if you're streaming like in a bedroom, having lights, doing something with your camera setup, doing something with your area around you, with what you look like is why that's important. So like, someone, for example, that I was talking to the other day about it was Homie One. And he was talking about how he wants to do something in his space to kind of make it more appealing to the eye when people tune in. And I said, what you're doing right now with what you've got is good, because what you do is you've got the light. You've got a fun, like, light. Like, the colorful light. Like, you stream at night. When people tune into a stream late at night and they see that, it's, to me, a darker lit room with more colors and stuff like that is more appealing to me in an evening stream. I don't know if that's the same for you guys, but like when someone's doing a late night stream, like when I used to work my other job, if they had like a dark room with like colorful lights and stuff like that stood out and kind of gave like the ambiance to their room, that was appealing to me. That's stuff that I like, which is why I kind of like what Homie One's got with that color setup he has in his room.
Yeah, I think I've told Homie. I've told homie, I said, the only thing I would say is just close up the camera so they can actually see you.
Yeah,
Yes.
zoom in.
And he could do with maybe a light that's focused on his face, because it is hard to see his facial features, you know. Like we kind of get like a sort of like a silhouette of what he looks like, you know. And I remember one time he went close to the camera. I'm like, what? Homie one has blue eyes? I didn't even know that, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like you know, it's cool to have cool background lights, but at the end of the day, you want some good lighting around you.
Yeah.
So you stand out from that. Like it's cool to have a completely dark background, but
Mm-hmm.
you can't also be dark, you know.
Yeah, you're still the focus.
Only have like the light from your computer screen on your face. There's got to be just a little bit more than that, in my opinion.
Yeah,
because I think that makes you more clickable.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Keep talking.
But you know, in addition to that, like, you know, another thing, like besides like video, audio, is like making sure your equipment, like your PC or your console or whatever, can handle whatever you're doing for your stream. You know, and the biggest, most important thing that you need is to have a secure internet connection. That is by far the most important. That's the number one thing you need to look at, is having a secure internet connection. So that was like, that killed my stream for the first 3 months, is we had horrible internet. And I see like Tiny is going through that problem right now. He has internet issues, and you'll see the stream will be popping off and then it crashes, and then only like 20% of the people will stick around through those technical difficulties. And you don't want to be troubleshooting on stream, you know. So like, in addition to, you know, you want an Ethernet cable, you want to have secure internet. You know, if you're playing any games, test those games beforehand so you're not fumbling around. Like, I've made that mistake where I'm like, fuck, the game won't load in, now I gotta go to plan B. Yeah, Mav knows about internet issues. You know, getting Ethernet is so important. And you know, some areas, even with Ethernet, your internet is still dog shit. So that one's a really tough one, but it's like, you know, people watching your stream, they don't give a fuck that, you know, you don't have fiber internet or whatever. You know, they don't care. They're just going to dip out, and it's just a sad reality. You know, you need to have a secure internet, and I've had that issue. I've even had power problems where the freaking power went out. You know, there's just like so many factors that, you know, before you even think about going live, make sure that you have all the equipment. You know, make sure you have some form of production quality, and you could do this for very cheap. You know, you don't need to buy like a $4,000 PC and then call it a day. Like, that's not going to necessarily make your content
a $4,000
better,
PC won't do anything if you got shitty internet connection.
Yeah, or if you look like you're streaming out of a garage. But even then, if you're in a garage, but if you have good lighting and make the garage look cool, then, you know, then you're chilling, you know.
Like, I'm literally streaming in my basement, which is my space. I just put all my shit up because it's my space.
I used to stream out of my dorm room.
Yeah,
you know, and the lighting was actually even better than where I am now, which is crazy.
It's just a white room. Every wall is white. Everything's white. I put so much. I got shit in front of my PC here. I got shit all around this wall up to there. Like, I have so much shit right now. Like, I'm dreading the day when I have to take it all down. I don't want to have to do that.
Why would you take it down? Are you moving?
We're looking at it. we're considering, and my wife was generous enough to go, when we move, you're getting a space in the basement, and we're going to soundproof everything, and we're going to make everything perfect the way you want it to go. And I bought her flowers and chocolates after she said that to me.
Well, considering that I just did major construction to the house so that I would have an office that had a better background than what I had before. It's not ideal. It's not perfectly what I wanted, but I got it to the point where I like it. I'm happy with it. I'm not freaking with it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I go to the right cam doing my thing, like, I have a wall of helmets in a glass case with all that shit hanging out, just like I used to. It's actually better lit. You can see them better. You can get the vibe a little bit better. And now that, you know, speaking of equipment, I have 3 cameras. One for my Legos, one for my cam, and then one for my alternate cam. So I have 3 different areas that I can switch.
Can we have a demonstration?
No, because I don't want to screw up Revan's view of me.
Oh,
So no, I definitely think equipment is incredibly important because it all starts with, I don't know, would it start with sounding well or looking good?
sounding good, I think.
That's kind of where I was leaning to. I was going to say looking good, but then I'm like, if you look, you could have a great setup. Like, I could have it the way I look right now, and I could be talking out of my laptop mic or my webcam mic, but I've got handy dandy Blue Yeti here to kind of help me out. This was literally the first thing I got, and it was sitting. I have a little dinner table, like a little, what is this, like TV table, TV tray, sitting next to me that I just put some extra shit on, out of the way. I would set it. It had like one of the little stands. Like this had like one of those little stands. I literally just set it right in front of me. That was the first thing I did, and I used my laptop webcam to start. Like I was just like, let's just do it. Sound well, sound good, and then focus on everything else after that.
And you don't need to buy top of the line, for love of God.
No, you don't need
Save
to
your
buy
money.
this.
I
You don't
have a
need to.
mic on a boom. I think it was $40.
Yeah.
And I just tweaked the sound effects within the computer to make it better. Is it great? No, but it's good enough for me, so I'm happy with it. I mean, if somebody said, "Oh, if you tweak this and tweak that," like, it works. It's consistent. I don't have to worry about it. I've got, the mic is a bargain basement Amazon. My keyboard is a Red Dragon bargain basement keyboard. The only thing that's really expensive in my setup right now is my gaming monitor and my Stream Deck.
Yep.
Those are the two things.
Yeah.
Yep.
My entire setup is like $1,500, which
Yeah.
that's including my laptop. Like I stream off of a laptop, and you can make that work unless you're streaming like an insane like.
That's what I
intensive
used to
game,
do.
but, like,
That's what I used to do.
And people that have no idea, like, oh yeah, dude, you look such high production quality. It's like I just got a pretty good lighting, and I invested in the best bang for my buck gear, and just do some research,
Like I'm rocking and rolling like this. I think this was 65, 70. And then I got a keyboard, I got a Razer mouse, I got a Razer headset, Razer keyboard. It just kind of got it all one brand, just because it was kind of like a bargain thing that I just got them all. And I got my PC was the big thing for me. Like that was, I had the mic, I had the mic, I had the mic, I had the webcam. The next thing for me was the PC. I wanted to get my PC after that to really booster the content at that point. And then after that, it was ring light, it was monitors, it was so like I've got a whole setup. Like I've got everything I need equipment wise. I am good. I am happy with. The only thing I would like next is a third monitor to split everything up a little bit more, but also it would help with like when I'm just kind of down here doing stuff. It's an extra monitor for other things I watch, and I could put another stream on it and stuff like that. So that's the one thing. But again, you can drop $100 on a bargain monitor, and it like if you're gonna use like some people have their third monitor for chat, some people have it for Streamlabs, and then they have it for streams, and it's like or gaming, sorry. And then like literally, it's just you can buy $100 monitor and have your chat go through that monitor. Like it doesn't
need to be a monitor. Like you can get TVs.
True.
Flat panel TVs for $100, $120. You can use them for different things. The best thing about a third monitor is that if you ever get into running your Switch or your PS5 or any of those other things, what I did for Deadpool was I used the third monitor for that. And instead of trying to play through Streamlabs, which I did the first time I tried to stream my Switch, it really didn't go well. So I learned from it. You started using the TV instead of that, and I just thought that it felt better, it went better, and I'm glad I have the third TV.
Yeah. And to answer your question, Dirty, no, you do not need a capture card. There's literally I think Dink might be typing it up right now. There's literally a configuration in Stream Editor. Oh yeah, and Dink. So Dink, you use OBS Studio?
Yes, I think it's like I'm pretty sure there's almost nothing Streamlabs OBS has that OBS doesn't have, but there's a bunch of things that aren't coming to my head right now that OBS has that Streamlabs OBS doesn't have. And like I know I was talking to Nooch, I was talking to Tiny, and a couple others like, they're like, "Oh, Dink, how did you do this?" I'm like, "Oh, you just do this." It's like, "Oh, well, I don't have that option in Streamlabs OBS." I'm like, "Well, I can't really help you there." I think even you, Revan, I think you were using. I don't know if you still use.
I'm still just Streamlabs OBS.
Yeah, but I feel like OBS, there's definitely more of a learning curve, but you could do a lot more on it, I think, in my opinion.
The easiest way to put it is Streamlabs OBS is a great way to start out. OBS is definitely it looks like an editing software. Like OBS it looks more professional. On there too. Yeah, it looks more professional. Like you can record on stream on Sobs too. But there's things that OBS comes with that you have to like get extensions and install on Streamlabs OBS. I don't worry about doing that. I don't need some extra stuff. But there's some things that Dink does on his channel that I can't do on mine because I don't have OBS Studio. I just have Streamlabs OBS. So I agree with Dink. I would recommend OBS Studio. It's just easy. It'll there's more stuff for you, but Streamlabs OBS is just it's easier. It's just easier. It's like Dink said, less of a learning curve with it. But the sound alerts and stuff, there's just a configuration on the creator dashboard on Twitch. Just go to your creator dashboard, and there should be like an extension link you can click on. Yeah, Dink just put it in chat. Click that, go to it, and you can set up your sound alerts. You can do it through channel points. You can do it through bits, however you want to do it. Find, literally look up. You can even upload your own. Like if you want to edit your own sound and upload your own sounds, you can do that. It's a lot of fun, and I would definitely recommend sound alerts. Yes, you have to enable the extension first. So click the extension thing. It looks like a little puzzle piece. Click that, choose sound alerts, and then I think it's like open configuration, and then just enable it, and then it's good to go. And then you can go in and add whatever you need. Super simple. But yeah, okay. It has something to do with streaming, but also has something to do with good content. Dink, I would like to talk about what happened on your stream the other day when you raided. What happened? I would like you to tell people this story.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is a good story of what not to do, chat, when you're a content creator.
Yeah, I raided this dude literally last week. And there was a bunch of other people I could have raided, but I
think it was Saturday.
Someone in Fall Guys. Yeah. So I raided, and typically during a raid, it's customary to, what I do every raid, I just send every single emote that I have.
Hype it up.
And then I stop. I'm pretty sure everyone in here that streams, they put in a bunch of emotes after they raid, right? It's a raid,
Hi, Sarah.
So that's what I did, right? And the guy was like, "Oh, thank you for the raid, but don't spam." And then he timed me out from his stream. I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like, I just raided you." So I'm like, I'm gonna unhost you. I'm unfollowing you.
Do not do that, chat. Do not ever do that. If you receive a raid, just be happy you got the raid. Okay, just be happy you got the raid. And I'm not gonna bring up viewers and stuff like that, but I was telling Dink something in VC after that. I'm like, just when you're kind of starting off, just be happy with what you get, because Dink's got a pretty solid community who will see who he's hosting on his channel and are probably gonna pop in there. Don't piss away a good opportunity if you're just starting. And Dink, I know where you screwed up. You picked a guy with no face cam.
I know. There was a no face cam, dude. And I thought he had a face cam too. But
Yeah.
that's my fault because I didn't do more research before I rated him. But
But that's
typically
you
can't go wrong with the face cam.
When you're trying to add people to the community, you're trying to build up, you're trying to add more, like just meet new people. Like you said, he was playing Fall Guys earlier in the day. And it's like when you're trying to meet new people and bring new people in, that's like that's what you got to do. Sometimes you got to raid randoms. Like, okay, fun story in terms of that. After my stream yesterday, I raided, and he actually followed me after I raided him. I raided a guy called Invincible One, who was streaming Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Master. This dude was awesome. Like his whole setup was great. Like his whole setup, he had his face cam. His face cam was set up in what looked like when you see like the picture of a duel monster on a Yu-Gi-Oh card. His face cam was set up where the picture of the monster would be, and his whole cam looked like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. And then he had kind of like when Coach does the Legos and stuff like that, and then he had like a cool like space like outline. He had the game set up, and he didn't have a lot of sound on the game because he's what you call, like, to him, he's a trainer, like a Yu-Gi-Oh trainer. So what he does is all of his content is on how to play Yu-Gi-Oh, how to get better at Yu-Gi-Oh. And I saw that and I'm like, that's freaking awesome. I'm following this guy. I'm gonna raid him. And I added one new person to the Yu-Gi-Oh community that I've literally been a part of for 2 days. I've added 3 new people in 2 days to the Yu-Gi-Oh community, and that's because the 2 people I chose, one popped in stream, the other one was one of the other ones was the Invincible One, who was literally just streaming. He had a good setup, he had a good face cam, he was talking, he was very, like, his chat wasn't like super fast, like his chat wasn't like going 100 miles an hour. It was very stalemate. Like it was pretty much me, Jam, and I think Coach, did you talk in his chat too? There was one other person who was talking in his chat after the raid.
A little bit. I was very impressed with his setup. He was
good.
He was a talker, and his screen setup was top notch.
Yeah, for his content, it was what you would expect from someone who focuses Yu-Gi-Oh. It was his content, and everything we're talking about, just from the little bit I hung out with him, he nailed. And I just thought that to me, he was a really good one that I'm going to raid in the future. And he followed me, and he said he's going to stop in stream once. He said at some point he's going to join the Discord, and if we ever want to do VC and talk Yu-Gi-Oh while streaming, I'm like, that's freaking awesome, dude. I knew this guy for 2 minutes. He actually whispered me on Twitch and was like, hey, if you ever want to play Yu-Gi-Oh, let me know. And I'm like, fuck yeah. Let's do it. That's the way you act, not the timing out of the person who just raided you. Because he's trying to bring hype to your stream.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not like I was preventing any messages from being read, no offense to that streamer.
Sorry, he was so focused on Smash Brothers, he couldn't read comments fast enough. Okay, Dink? Cut the guy some slack. The dude is next level content creator, okay? Golly.
But yeah, going back to what you said, that's also a great thing, collaborations,
Yes.
That's another huge thing. And I think it's a great thing to get people excited. It's like some of my best streams have been, where you bring on some special guests or do some community events, and it's not as easy as people think. It's like, oh, you just get in voice chat and just fuck around and everything else takes care of itself. That's not necessarily the case, because you got to balance voices, people talking over each other and all that. But I think having a collaboration at least every once in a while just to mix things up, I think is really important, and it helps bring new people to your community. It helps getting to know other people. It's good for networking, and you could do something different,
Yep. I agree.
And I think it's a great thing. And planning that stuff out, like it's important to be ahead of the game when you plan that stuff out too, which also goes into scheduling and all that, you know.
Yep. I agree. Which, speaking of scheduling, I love the idea of talking about scheduling as well, since you just brought it up, because we have three different scenarios of scheduling right now. Once again, I am in the middle where I am still trying to figure out scheduling because I can do the scheduling, whereas we have someone on the one end of the spectrum here with Coach, who he's a dad, he's a coach, he's a family man, he's got a life, he's got a job, he's got kids. Scheduling streaming is not that easy. You want to add to that, Coach?
Yeah. So I try to, and it really needs to be a conversation that if it might be a little bit easier for people that aren't married or have kids, that you gotta set up something you're talking to your significant other. So since Zori was born, Lady Coach and I talk about her time away from Zori, my time away from Zori, and being even. So for my schedule now, I really try to work hard to make sure if she needs time away, I've got that time. Or if we're going to do family stuff, I take the time. So generally, I'm dead set on trying to do Saturdays at 9, Sundays at 1 p.m. because it allows her to go to yoga on Sunday morning. Allows me to get done sometime on Saturday afternoon, so maybe I can pop Dink on the big TV in the family room when I hang out with Zori. But this past Sunday, we were going out as a family, and I didn't know if I was going to be back in time for that 1 p.m. So I just posted on my socials. I said, hey guys, doing stuff with the family. I'm pushing back the time to 2:30. I'm still going to stream, but instead of 1, it's going to be 2:30. Would I like to keep it dead set? Yes, but at the same time, I know how much that tends to ruin things at home. So I will not do that anymore, or even affect to do it. So if we're going to go out as a family, or Dylan and I need to get haircuts, or we had to get him stuff for a semi-formal on Sunday. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to push it back. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings, had lunch, walked around the mall. I tried to find some good games for my Twitch or my Twitter or my Switch. And just hung out that way. And then I came home and finished R2. I mean, it still works. I mean, it's just got to work for you and work for your family.
Right. Well, and then it's making the it's making that conceited effort to be like, hey, we're doing, like, stream is planned this time, something came up, I'm pushing it back to 2:30. It's having the know-how, which is what you're good at doing, by hopping into Discord where your community is at, where your community can see your post, and going, hey, just so you know, stream's going to be pushed back. So you might have something scheduled, and if that changes, it's being on top of that change and making sure your community knows what you're changing and when you're changing. And I know Dink is huge on the scheduling scene, whereas he has a stream a month that is literally scheduling his next month of content. So I'd like to get his take on it as well. And those of you that are interested when it comes to scheduling, like I said, we've got the one side of scheduling where it's like being more open, having a set, like trying to have a set schedule, being more open with that, and then having the other side be set schedule and kind of staying with that. But it's like every way works. But go ahead, Dink. Sorry, I didn't mean to ramble.
Some streams could definitely get away with not having a schedule or being more flexible. For me, I very much subscribe to having a very set schedule, because I feel like having a written in stone schedule is great because it becomes part of people's routine, and there should be no reason for anyone to not know that you're live. So, I go on so many streams, it's like, oh, I had no idea you were live today, bro. If you were, I would have been there. There should be no reason why anyone doesn't know I'm live unless they don't
Right.
care or they're moved on, which is a whole other scenario.
Yep.
But, I think, and yeah, about planning for the entire month, like things will change. Like, in the month, like, oh, this didn't do as well as I thought it would. So I'm going to make an adjustment, or maybe I won't do this, or maybe I'll do this instead. But as far as the times, I feel like, the days could change up, but I feel like the time you stream should be 100% consistent. Like if you're late, it should be because there was like an emergency, and if you're not sure you could stick to that time, then don't say that you could stick to that time. Like if you're planning a business meeting, you wouldn't say this is going to be the time if you're not even sure that you're going to be there. Then you're probably going to have a pretty shitty business, I feel like it's the same way in Twitch. If I say this is the time I'm going to be here for you guys, I'm going to be a man of my word and stick to that time. And if I don't know, if I'm like 50% sure I'm going to be ready at that time, then I'm just not going to say anything. I'm be like, we might be live at this time. I won't say this is the schedule and then just do something completely different, because then people will feel sad. It's like, well, I'm not going to take you seriously anymore because when you say you're going to be live at this time and you're not, why should I even bother booting up my PC if you're not even going to be there on time,
For sure. Yeah.
So like, I think it's important because if you have a set schedule, then you become part of people's routines. It's like, oh, what do I do at this time? Oh, I watch Revan, I watch Coach, I watch Dink. And I've said this hundreds of times, but I think that's important. You want your stream to be part of your community's routine. Like I think a great example of this is Director Chronic. Like I could tell you his schedule right now, like in 2 seconds, and I think other people that watch him could tell you that too. And it's like, oh yeah, at this time I go in and I watch Director Chronic and he'll be playing Battlefront or Dead by Daylight or some other game, and I'll know when he's live. There's never like, oh, when the fuck is DC gonna go live? No, you know exactly when he's going live, and it becomes part of your routine. People anticipate, people look forward to it, and when you announce the schedule and post the schedule, people are like, oh, I can't wait because this is gonna happen this weekend, or we have this event. And when it's just like, oh, I'm kind of just live when I'm live, it's like, I feel like you don't have that same anticipation and excitement. But don't get me wrong, I've seen plenty of streams be very successful without a schedule. I just think, I think it's harder that way. I feel like, why don't you take every advantage you can? Like having a face cam. You could be successful without a face cam, but why make it harder for yourself? Have a schedule, in my opinion, I think, and stick to it 100%. And if you can't be 100% certain, then don't say you can stream on those days that you're not 100% certain. And there's going to be sacrifices too. If you have family life, yeah, it depends on how serious you take streaming. If you take it very seriously, then you and your loved ones and your friends and whoever else, they're going to have to make sacrifices. Like my dad, he picks me up from school, brings me back home, cooks me a meal, and then I go live and I'm locked in my room for 5 hours. And then I finally get to hang out with my family. Like that's a big sacrifice for my parents. That's a sacrifice for me. But it's what I'm willing to do for my craft, for my passion of streaming. I could just be like, I don't really feel like this. Or you know what? Fuck this. No, this is my commitment. This is my passion. And I'm going to stick to that. Otherwise, what's the point? Unless you're just doing it as a hobby and just for fun, then do whatever the hell you want. But
for sure,
there's going to be sacrifice. You can't do what you want all the time, and it depends on the person's situation. But for me, I'm fortunate where my parents are very understanding and they're very tolerant, and there's a lot behind the scenes, like a lot of sacrifices that have to be made.
Solus, you'll want to for sure reach out to Blinks the Genie. When it comes to V streaming, they just they do that, and they're great at it. So Blinks is your guy. You want to look up Blinks the Genie. But yeah, I'm the same way. So I'm kind of, like I said, I'm in the middle. So like with my work schedule and stuff like that, my schedule, I have my set schedule. It's Tuesdays 1 p.m., Wednesdays 7 p.m., Thursdays 1 p.m. And I actually changed my schedule. Dink, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. I went from being Thursdays at like 10 to Thursdays at 1. Reason I did that was, one, I didn't want... part of it was I didn't want to like be live while you were live, because like you went live at like 11 my time, and stuff like that. So I didn't want us, because I know we have a lot of people that are in the same. We all have a lot of people that are the same in our communities, so I didn't want that to kind of be an issue. So that was one thing that I considered, but the other thing that kind of made me make that decision was the fact that after podcast Wednesday nights, Thursdays before stream, I can work on editing the video, getting it up, and getting it posted to YouTube. And that way it's posted, it's ready to go by on Thursdays, and it's live, and boom, you're ready to rock and roll. Like that's one of the reasons why I looked at changing that time to just put it at 1. I stream at 1 on Tuesdays, put it to 1 on Thursdays. I can get a good 3 to 4 hour stream in, and doing that. And then those days, exactly, Dink, what you just said, I was actually just about to say that, because it's a big thing. Being very
melted.
They are. We're a hive mind. Being very, and we talked about this last week. May the force be with you.
Live long and prosper. Did a mind meld.
Mm-hmm. You're a nerd. No, social media is a big thing, and that we talked about this last week, and it's like, yeah, coach has more of a fluid schedule, but one thing coach is very active on is social media. One thing I try to be active on is social media. And I have 2 Twitter accounts. One of them is a Twitter I made for gaming, and the other one is a Twitter I have, just my personal Twitter. But one thing, we do love nerds here, souls. One thing that I decided to do literally today, I'm literally going to unlink the current Twitter I have to Streamlabs. I'm going to link my other Twitter, my personal Twitter, and do it that way, because my personal Twitter is, and when I say personal Twitter, I don't mean like,
fun.
Huh?
It's more fun for me.
Yeah, I know. Okay,
I control you.
I know. But the reason why it's my personal Twitter is because it's just my football one. Like Pittsburgh, I follow Pittsburgh Steelers stuff. I follow Nebraska football stuff, Nebraska athletics. That's the stuff I follow on. It really has nothing to do with gaming. But really, all I do on Twitter is, on my other Twitter, is post when I'm going live and stuff. Like I don't, like I follow my culture. I follow a bunch of like nerd accounts and stuff like that to kind of give me my fill of like what's coming out on what Star Wars stuff is coming out, what Marvel stuff's coming out. I follow that stuff on there too. But like my Twitter just like that Twitter I'm talking to you about, it just blew up within 2 days. And I'll tell you this little story. So I did it as a joke, because I'm in a group chat with a couple other people on that Twitter, and they were talking shit about somebody who went on their Twitter and was like, "Hey guys, follow me for a follow back. Let's try to get me to 1,000 followers." I hate that shit. So I just did it as a joke. I just put on my Twitter, "Hey, I'm not doing this," and Coach saw it. I put on there, "I'm not doing this as the what I say, the faux pas, the crazy thing. I'm just doing this because I want more Husker people to talk to. I want more Husker fans to talk to, because I know there's a lot out there that I don't follow, that I see in other people's posts. Follow me if you want to talk." And 2 days later, I went from 95 followers on that Twitter to I am now at, hold on, let me pull it up. I'm now at 384 followers in 2 days. I gained 300 followers in 2 days by just saying, "Hey, I want more Husker fans to talk to." I'm going to take advantage of that shit, and I'm going to start posting my going live on that Twitter. Even though I haven't, like, because those people are on there, and I talk to a lot of those people, and I'm like, shit, if I can just get them in here, they know me. I talk to them. I interact with them on Twitter. Come on in. Let's add to the community. So I'm like, I'm going to do that. Like, I'm taking something that I didn't usually use per streaming, and I'm just going to be like, it's a good situation I'm in on that Twitter account, and I'm just going to, like, and I don't do anything other than post going live. Like, that's all I do. You do that, you add a couple hashtags to it, people are going to see it. Especially if you have more followers. The more followers you have on something like Twitter, the more it gets seen. Same goes for Instagram Reels and stuff like that. That coach is very active with. He's more active. Like Twitter sucks. Like I'll say that before Coach even hops in. Twitter sucks. Twitter's useless. Like we basically told Dink, don't even use it. Like I'm just using it because the people that I have on my Twitter account are actually people that are personable and are actually like people that like I know and are in the same boat as me and have the same interests as me. So that's why I'm going to do that. But at the same time, it really is useless. If you have a Twitter account that has 50 to 100 followers, it's useless. It's not going to get seen.
I use Twitter to troll asshat reporters that think they know football more than coaches that have been coaching all their life. Like, so I mercilessly troll them. If you want a good laugh at me trolling Philadelphia Eagles beat writers,
Sultans,
you can follow me because I troll. There's one dude that I troll horribly bad because he's just ridiculously dumb.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the guy's picked up a football and he's trying to say how this organization needs to go with this guy instead of this guy. I'm like, do you even know? Like, can you even call a play? Like,
yeah.
Do you understand what gap blocking is? Do you understand what zone blocking is? Do you understand what
do you Dink?
read and react? I mean,
do you Dink?
I get fired up. Fuck it.
Huh? Dink, do you?
What's football?
You can't fucking be on this podcast if you don't know what that is.
Who's playing in who's playing in the Uber Bowl this weekend?
Who's playing in the Cereal Bowl, chat?
Oh yeah, it's LeBron Durant. The
LeBron Durant.
The Brick Durant.
No. Here's the thing. The biggest thing that's like to me worthless about Twitter nowadays is there's a new thing on there called Twitter Blue. You basically have to pay to get your shit seen on Twitter nowadays. You basically have to pay for it to be seen. You can
pay for it on Twitch too.
I know you can pay for it on Twitch. You can pay for it anywhere. But the discoverability through TikTok, through Instagram Reels, through YouTube Shorts, the discoverability is better because Twitter is just a place for trolls nowadays, and it's worthless. Twitter's worthless. So yeah, we told Dink don't worry about it. But yeah, when it comes to social media and stuff, do TikToks, do Instagram Reels. Like my dad literally called me today and he said, "Dude, your TikToks are weird." I'm like, "Hey, you were seeing them?" I mean, but he's like, "You were moaning and shit." I'm like, "What? I moaned for one bit. I'm a whore."
It's a bit on Twitch. It's a bit on Twitch. You gotta put I mean, you got so many people on Twitch that stream. What makes you different? It's your personality. It's your amped up personality on Twitch. And if the more people see that, just whatever your personality is, that's gonna bring them in. I think. Have I gotten any followers or subs from that? I don't know. I don't really care, but I have a good time doing it. It gets exposure for myself. It gets exposure for, like when I do the hey Revan, these are my 3 versus your 3. Like
your 3 sucked.
They
were so bad.
The second round just really sucked. But as I've learned TikTok a little bit more, like the things that I can do with Dink and with Revan and other streamers collabing, maybe you get a follower from a different streamer that way as opposed to them raiding you because maybe they're not on Twitch when you're streaming. But now maybe they will because he'd be like, "Hey, that dude's pretty funny." I mean, I posted the stupidest song I sang about Dink, I think on Twitter or on TikTok, and I tagged him in it.
You did.
And I'm like, I don't care. Like, yes, was it stupid and it had no point and it really didn't do anything other than just suck ass? I'm like, that's just kind of what I do during a stream.
The slip of the tongue clip too when you were doing.
Oh,
if I had a big booty big booty Ray.
If I had a big booty Serotonin, man.
I was gonna comment Freudian slip, but I didn't.
That one. I love that clip. I forgot about that clip too. That clip was also funny.
I think Sarah actually commented on it. So.
Oh, did she? She hadn't when I saw it. No, but here's the thing too. If you can build a good community, like Coach, Dink, and I, we're all on TikTok. Sarah's on TikTok as well. Sarah posts a ton on TikTok. Legend of Anakin posts a ton on TikTok. And
She
they're
posts a ton in general. Like,
she is super social media heavy. And that's just, some people are just better at it than others. Like, some people are just better at it than others. It's like, I have funny videos that I can do. I just forget to do it because it's social media posts have never been at the front of my mind. Like when I was growing up, when I was in high school and shit, social media was never anything for me. I followed my friends on Facebook and that was it. Like when I was younger, it was MySpace and MSN. Like that's just, it was just social media is something nowadays with how popular streaming has gotten. Social media is something to really help you build your community compared to others. Because a lot of people don't do it.
A lot of people don't watch Twitch.
Yeah, Dink has done it. Dink is building his community and is building a good foundation without any social media presence at all. You know what you need to give us? You need to give us some TikTok workout vids when you're in the gym. Give me some.
Ooh, write that shit down.
Yeah, start pumping iron on TikTok.
If this doesn't work out, I'm never talking to you again. Just so you know.
That's about normal.
I mean, you'll get a like for me every video. Don't you worry. It's not my fault if it doesn't work.
And the other thing I've been doing.
How many followers are you
also
at?
On top of TikTok, I'm doing the shorts with my gameplay.
And YouTube Shorts. I need to do those. I keep forgetting to do them.
Like I just checked, right? I have 3 YouTube shorts. The 2 Battlefront ones, no views. The one where I just spanked an entire 4-stack in Knockout City, 428. I'm like, and I just posted that like a day ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at least then it's actually these clips are so old they're in the old office.
Like so me, for example, like
And the quality is so different too. Sorry.
like my video of me doing my 3 against your 3 has 162 views on it. I'm just sitting in my car. Like my moaning for 1 bit has 226 views. It's a video of me moaning with Curb Your Enthusiasm in the background. Like that's all it is, and it has 230 views on it.
Oh, I can't wait to start posting. It looks like so much fun. I just need the time. I
when
need
you
to set aside time.
And that's where I was getting at. When you have a fun community of people you can do duets with and stuff, that also helps. It's just fun to have people that, one, Sarah's like got a community on TikTok. Legend of Anakin's got a community on TikTok. If you can work with those communities and kind of get yourself into those communities, it'll build your social media. That's something I haven't done yet. Like, and Sarah Tano's had a couple of videos I've wanted to duet, just haven't done it. Like, Legend of Anakin's got a couple videos I wanted to duet, haven't done it. Like, it's just, there's things out there you can duet and you can do. You just have to connect yourself to other communities while doing it. It's hard. You can grow by yourself. It's just tough.
And don't duet or don't do anything on TikTok that is not represent your stream.
Exactly.
To me, I have a hard time every day not to duet some dumbass or anybody else that has like either a political post.
Yep, I was just about to say that.
Or a view that is a hot topic view. Do not do that. Do not do that hot topic duet about anything like that. Keep it.
That will
goofiness
turn
to your channel.
People
Be yourself.
off of you immediately.
If you want to do that, do it. Make another one.
I've got some political people that I follow on my TikTok. I don't even follow them. I just watch enough of their videos so they show up on my For You page.
Agreed.
And all the guys that I follow, they're trolls. So like, Coach, you might know you might know these guys, but My Dude and Good Trouble, I don't know if you've seen them on TikTok at all. All they do is troll the crazy political people that just spew bullshit on TikTok, and it's hysterical because all they do is troll it and talk shit about it, and that's stuff that I've wanted to duet and laugh at, But I'm like, I can't. No, there's political shit. I can't do it. It has nothing to do with my stream. I literally tell people to keep political shit out of my stream. So why would I do that on my TikTok? It's not representative of who I am and of what I want in my stream. And I started
say that, and then I put freaking political people in the Falcon with me. I know Dink hates it, but I think it's funny.
It's funny. It's funny.
You should put like funny shit on them.
If you do it without making it obvious what your own opinion is about those people, I think it's cool.
Yeah.
But something I've noticed, like again, I haven't even posted yet, so I'm not really an authority on anything in regards to TikTok yet. But from what I've seen, things that work, from what I've seen and what I've done research on is, trending sounds like songs, like anything that's trending. Using those in your TikToks is good, but you don't want to be late to the boat. Like if it's already trending and there's like billions of views on all that, then you're gonna be. It's like streaming on Twitch. Like if you're in a category with a shitload of other people, there's no point.
If you got a video idea, do it. Like just do it and post it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even worry about whether it's trendy. I think the ones that are trendy and I do it in my own spin, my own Star Wars spin, I think those are funny. Like that whole thing I did about the helmet. Like I'm doing the freaking thing where they mock where it mocks the winos, the girls that like the wine with the wine opener. Like I just thought like that'd be pretty cool. So I did it. I was just like, screw it. I don't care if I look like an idiot, but
yeah.
I got a lot of comments on it.
That's the thing. Like if ideally you want to be posting, could do anything you want. You could throw in those, just fuck it. I think this is a cool idea. And then you could do, okay, let me try and get on some of these trends. I notice, hashtags are pretty important for TikTok.
Oh my God.
You don't want to do like too oversaturated hashtags. If like there's like 40 billion people in whatever hashtag, you might not going to be as exposed if maybe you found one that was in like the thousands or maybe a couple million.
Yep.
And something else I've noticed is having TTS, and having your face, just like on Twitch, having your face in the TikTok. From what I've seen, is really good. So
yeah,
I can't wait to just like tackle all of this stuff.
No, it's
going to be a lot of fun.
In regards to all of that, man, the hashtags, like if you do, so like another bit of advice, when you type just a hashtag, it'll give you what the most popular ones are. So like like the one that constantly keeps popping up on mine because I keep doing it because it's funny, duet, like it has like the squirting emoji, like it's just one that, so I'm like, that's my personality, that's my funny inappropriate humor. I'm just throwing it on my video, even though my video is me picking 3 Marvel characters to try and kill me. Like that's what it is. But like I would say the way I always try to do it is 3 I try to do 3 hashtags that tie to the content I'm doing. So like if it's like a Marvel character thing, I try to do like hashtag Marvel, hashtag MCU, hashtag like MCU edit or something like that. Or I'll do and then I'll do like hashtag Twitch streamer to tie it to streaming so that people know that I'm a streamer. And then I'll try to do and this is if the characters allow you to put that many, and then I'll try to do 1 to 3 trending hashtags that pop up on those trending hashtag videos. But yes, sounds are important. If it's a trending sound and you have a video idea for it, do it now. Like do it right when you have that video idea, because if you wait a week, that video might not, that sound might not be trending in a week. But I will say this: movies, like Marvel movies music, Star Wars music, that shit is searched for. And being Star Wars lovers that we are, that's good, because Star Wars, like, fuck, Samuel Kim's music on TikTok is enormous. He has so many videos using his music, it's crazy. And the community on TikTok, the Star Wars community on TikTok, I've got a couple people they're pretty awesome, and they're fun. They do good videos. So yeah, it's just you got to be present with what's popular at the moment. In the moment. Yes.
My best video was the whole that goodness gracious, that she got thickness, and I did that with Lady Vader. Like, that's like my biggest thing. The comments are some of them are inappropriate, but still.
Yeah, I felt
like,
weird watching that one.
Yeah, but you know what? It also shows my love for her and the fact that I think she's hot as balls.
I wish you had that love for me.
Well, you're not in my general area, or I'd
Damn
smack
it.
that ass too.
Woo! Even more reason for me to take a fucking vacation to New York. Let's go.
Bring Tiny with you, and then we think
Tiny won't go with me.
because he's a puss.
I haven't seen Tiny in my stream in weeks. I miss the guy. No,
Well, he streams at 1 a.m. So the likelihood of me being in his stream is slim to none.
he is so busy right now. It's crazy. Like he barely like he's home. He does like his shit at home. Then he does work. Then he maybe streams if he has time. He is so busy right now. And I forgot workout. And he goes to the gym. So I forgot that too. He is a busy man. But yeah, shit. There was one more thing I wanted to talk about. I can't remember what it was. We got on that. But yes, go follow our TikToks. Coach, are you Coach Vader or Coach Vader 32 on TikTok?
I am Coach Vader on TikTok.
RevanX42 TTV on TikTok. Because I already had a RevanX42 and I couldn't remember what my login was. So I had to
should really change it, but
I had to add TTV to the end of it.
Yeah, dude, there was another Dinkalicious on TikTok.
Yeah, so Dink had to add a fucking underscore to his name.
I thought I had the most creative name on the internet, but lo and behold, there's some random girl, and it's not even like she doesn't use her account.
No, yeah, she
like,
posts.
She's got a pretty decent following, and it's like, shit, now I gotta have TVs or an underscore. Well, right now it's an underscore at the end of my name, which is like, ugh, It's like, damn it.
now you know what I go through. God damn it! Who has Coach Vader? You suck.
But the difference is the person who had Coach Vader doesn't even do anything.
Yeah.
So what was your username, Coach, on TikTok?
Coach Vader.
Just Coach Vader.
Yep. I love your sexy ass, Solus. And mine is RevanX42 TTV. Please go follow our TikToks.
TikTok, motherfucker! And honestly, I've been avoiding TikTok for months, if not years. But now that I'm starting to mess around with it, I'm like, you know what? It's not that bad.
I am not Frevin.
What? Oh, shit.
I'm not Frevin.
Brevin!
Who's
person?
I wonder if that's let's see. Is
No,
that
that's
an
that's not.
Pick it.
not an account?
Boo.
Okay, let's see
You
here.
know what
We're
it
gonna
is,
drop a
Coach,
raid,
though?
guys.
Oh, let's go.
Let's find out who's on.
Dazzy. He's on.
Have we rated him?
We've
already?
rated Dazu, yeah. I think so. Have we?
Did we?
Yeah, we
I don't
did.
think
We
did
did.
win.
Oh yeah, we did because yeah.
I sent a suggestion in Discord.
I
if
saw it. I don't
you're
think
interested.
Let's raid Juju.
I don't follow him.
I'm
That's TikTok.
That's my personal suggestion. He's an amazing streamer. But it's up to you.
I'll say I also have a guy who's rating that I follow. I have not been in his stream in months because he streams at such an odd time for me. But he is a blast. He's playing Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, Coach, I agree with you, man. I feel like 90% of TikToks are just cringe. So I feel like it, but it's. I
Go
feel like
with
that's
cringe.
just because the people.
Is he doing
do it
music
are
right
that
now,
way.
Dink?
I believe so.
Okay, I just want to make
Yes.
sure this was the right guy.
But yeah, like it's I feel like we could reshape the TikTok scene by making non-cringe, actual funny content instead of some stupid ass dance or some shit.
Oh no, I want it to be cringy as fuck. Because I showed my daughter the one where I was
No visionary
with the helmets, and she's like, "Dad, that's like really cringy," and I'm like, "Perfect." like, I don't want it to be serious. I don't want it to be anything but something to go. That's freaking stupid, but funny.
Yeah, that's what that's what I told my dad. My dad's like, your videos are weird. And I said, oh, good. You know who else thinks they're weird? 230 other fucking people. 230 other people. You know what else? You know who else? 600 and some people think my screaming video is also funny. So that fucking Megalodon scared the fucking piss out of me, man.
I never knew a man could make that sound.
Listen, that video right there is the exact reason I want to play a scary game on stream, because those are the kind of clips Dink and you can get from me. I'm dead serious. Me pissing my pants all the time.
I will, but some people are gonna pay my ass because I want to get the VR version of
Dink. No,
Resident Evil and play that.
The newest one, like Village.
I don't know. No, it's a VR game. It's not like Village.
Are we doing that? Is that a thing?
Yo, what's up, Viz?
Okay.
Visionary.
I've got our raid picked out, guys. I'm gonna send it in chat. Dink, we are going to raid Oh No Plays, guys. Dink, what do you got coming up, my man?
We're gonna be back this Saturday, 12 p.m. EST. I'm gonna be doing a big collaboration second half of stream. We want to do Jackbox, and then on Sunday we're gonna be doing community games. The second half of stream, either Battlefront or Knockout City. So we'll see what happens. But first half will be Fall Guys and chatting. 12 p.m. EST
Dope.
this weekend, Saturday, Sunday.
Coach, what do you got?
Yo, 9 a.m. Saturday. Deadpool mofo, PS5. We're gonna bring it hard, have some good time with that, and then Sunday at 1 p.m. we're gonna have community day on Mario Kart. So if you've got Mario Kart, come in and play some goddamn kart with me. God damn it!
Frick yeah. And from me, guys, I will be streaming tomorrow at 1 p.m. CST. The only real time zone. We will be doing Just Chatting. We'll start off, and we're planning a tier list. No one gave me any suggestions yet. So if I can't find one that looks interesting to me, we won't do one. But I would like to start building this Lego set tomorrow. So we might be doing this tomorrow, guys. For funsies. I don't know. I just want to start it. Let's just have fun and talk about some stuff. Okay. We love you guys. Thank you for being here. We will see you guys in our respective streams and here 7 p.m. next Wednesday.
Bye.